Okay, so when it comes to legal licensing, laws and that kind of thing, you really have, in the state of California, there's three entities that you need to worry about. So way out here, in right field, we're gonna put the federal EPA. I'm gonna put them over there because all the states, we all have federal law that we have to contend with, okay? But in the state of California, there's basically two entities. This is the one that we need to worry about the most. In my company, this is one that we worry about the most, which is the Department of Pesticide Regulation, or DPR. Department of Pesticide Regulation is a department of California Environmental Protection Agency, or Cal EPA. So Cal EPA has a department called DPR, and they basically everything to do with pesticides, pesticide applications, pesticide registrations, anything like that, it's all Cal EPA, Department of Pesticide Regulation, or DPR. Okay, so every pesticide registered in the state of California is approved by them. There's another department in the state of California called the Department of Consumer Affairs. Can't write, but the Department of Consumer Affairs, they license all kinds of different groups, accountants, your barber, or your auto repair person, or repair shop, smog. I think they license like all these different categories, and they have a board, or a facet of law, whatever you want to call it, and they have what's called the Structural Pest Control Board. Okay, and they have their own set of laws. So structural pest control, just to clarify, there's these two sort of branches. So if you're doing pest control in the state of California and you're doing, let's say, termite inspections, or for wood destroying organisms, not just termites, but if you're doing that, or fumigation for structures like termites, or wood boring beetles, or things like that, fumigating churches, houses, what they call what they call residential fumigation. If you're doing that kind of work in the state of California, that goes under structural pest control. If you're spraying houses for, or doing treatments, pest management on residences, that kind of stuff is all structural pest control board, or structural pest control, under the Structural Pest Control Board, which is under the Department of Consumer Affairs. And so this over here is totally separate from the main things I'm going to talk about today, because we're talking about getting your QAL qualified applicator certificate, qualified applicator's license, and that is all under here. So just to give you a little tidbit, over here they have they have three branches, and one is structural fumigation. That's branch one. Branch two is general pest control. Branch three is wood destroying organisms. They've also ventured into they aren't calling it a branch, but they have a fourth branch, which is, honestly, I can't remember now. Anyway, I don't deal with it every day anymore, so I'm gonna erase it, but just so you know, this is a thing in the state of California. So under Cal EPR, they like I said, they do a lot of things besides that, but they register pesticides. Also, they license people. So under the licensing, you can, if you're let's say you're a crop duster, so you're a pilot, and you're applying pesticides that way, so they would license you. If you're a pest control advisor, giving advice to farmers on what pest control, pest management techniques or products to apply in an orchard or a crop, they would license you. If you're doing food plant pest management, like what I do it for hire, and that would be a QAL. If you're doing it as an employee of the site, that would be a QAC. Okay, so qualified applicator certificate, okay, QAC, qualified applicator license, okay, this is for hire. That's the only difference between this one and this one, is that it's for hire. Okay, so QAL. So in my case, we're a contractor, so we do pest management at food handling facilities, we do fumigation at those facilities. That would be QAL because I'm hired as an outside contractor. Okay, so the California Department of Pesticide Regulation they're a state governing agency, but they don't police us at the local level. So DPR licenses with the county, each county has an ag commissioner's office. Okay. Or multiple offices depending on what county. So these guys are already there, and they also have like Department of Weights and Measures typically in the same office. They share offices in a lot of counties. But anyway, these guys police us at the local level. So the Department of Pesticide Regulation gives them authority to police and also money, resources to be able to police us. And then they issue us permits for applying restricted materials at the county. They receive our notices of intent to apply those pesticides. They receive our monthly summary usage reports of all the restricted materials that we used in the county that month, each month, and they receive all that. They handle all the stuff. They come out and do inspections on us at the site. They do all of that stuff. So the county is who we deal with on a routine, regular basis. But they have all the authority of DPR to police us. So in a nutshell, that's the regulatory structure of how things work in the state of California.